Replacing the chassis leg end plate today on the E46 M3 race car. Obviously in some point of its life had a little bit of a knock, so the end plate's quite bent. Chassis leg's okay, but the pins are all loose and the plate's a bit wavy, and even before we started it's got a bit of corrosion setting in, and these two spot welds had already been drilled out. So it makes us think somebody had been in there, and also there's quite a lot of hammer marks on the back, so somebody's tried to flatten this or straighten it out at some stage. And unfortunately they've drilled out the spot welds from the centre piece on the inner side, but this piece is meant to stay on the chassis leg. Where you meant to drill them out to separate them is here. So spot weld there, one there, and then one there. But it's all going to have to come off now, and then we'll have to either separate this bit from the plate separately or see if we can get this bit from BMW. And then there's the new end plate there. It's got the studs in it. So we'll just drill the rest of the spot welds out and then see what it's like when it comes off. There it is, we've got the end plate off now, so we've got a naked chassis leg, which looks a bit strange seeing it without the end plate. So it has got a little bit of a kink, a little crease just there. See, it's not the actual line and the shape of the chassis leg's fine, it's just the ends just creased, where they have a relief bend anyway. Just in here, got another one there, so that absorbs some of the energy if you do have a little bit of a front end shunt. And you can see what I was trying to explain is somebody had already drilled the centre spot welds out here, but obviously they hadn't done a very, well, not a good job, but they'd gone all the way through basically, that's why there's holes there, and they've corroded. So then we had to carry on those two spot welds, so that we've done the top one there. As you can see, it's not gone through, it's just hardly even broke the surface, so that's how they should be done. And then another one under the bottom, which removes the plate. This is the old plate, and that's the new plate. So we've cleaned up the end of the chassis leg now and pulled out as much as we can of the crease using some hydraulic gear and also the old dolly and hammer. And we've got the crease a lot better. It's still not fully out. You can see it's just there. That's not a crease, that's a factory relief sort of spot. Because you can see they got them on both sides. They have them on all cars. So this is the crease that was the problem, and it's out a bit more. It's much straighter, and we've test fitted with the front panel, and everything lines up and it's nice and straight. So we're happy that we're ready to put the end plate on. And you notice the holes have gone as well. There were a couple of holes there where somebody had previously tried to drill the spot welds out, so they've been filled with weld and smoothed off. And I'm just going to weld the plate on next. I managed to salvage that bracket. It's quite bent out of shape, and has obviously got 4 holes more than we actually need. Looks a bit of a state. We're going to give it a clean up now, try and reshape it, maybe fill them holes. But I'm quite hopeful we can reuse that again. Good news is the plate was salvageable. Doesn't look much, but that's because it's had a lot of hammering from somebody else. But yeah, shape's not too bad. Managed to straighten it out a bit, and you'll see with a handheld hole punch, I've punched 4 holes around the outside, and then that was the original 4 that were used to remove the bracket off of the chassis leg, and then I've also used the hole punch to spot weld, hole punch these 4 finger tabs for when it goes onto the chassis leg. So that's going to sit on like that, and then they get rosette welded to hold that in place. That bracket goes on something like that. So it's going to be 4 rosette welds to hold the bracket to the chassis leg, and then another 4 rosette welds to hold the plate to the bracket. The new end plate's on there now, all went to plan, and lines up perfectly. So we've got the 4 rosette welds at the back of the bracket holding the end plate onto the bracket, and then we've got the 4 welds holding the bracket to the chassis leg, and then we've got the 4 rosette welds on the actual end plate fingers onto the chassis leg. So that's all on there, and it lines up perfectly with the other one with a true box section just to line it all up. It works perfectly. So I'm just going to smooth those welds down now, just take them down a little bit, and then put some etch primer on it.